Well, hello, hello, hello. Happy, thankful Thursday. Are you shining radiant today? This is some Radiant Rap, and I am Shannon. I don't know why. Every time I get on live is when all of a sudden my glasses feel dirty. So, those of you that don't wear glasses, you don't have this situation. But those of us that do, especially with, you wash your hands and then you need lotion. It's my sister. Hey, sissy. Girl, I don't know. I know you're always busy, so you might not be able to hang out, but I'm glad you're here. Well, thank you, doll face. That always means a lot coming from my baby sister, the model, the entrepreneur, the all things I'm so proud of. She's such an amazing mentor. You love this topic. Ooh, we're going to get it. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. So every week, if you guys are just, any of you are just coming um, onto my page for the first time, for I think since the beginning of the year, every week, I don't even know if I've missed a week yet, at 5 o'clock on a Thursday, which isn't the greatest time, but I felt like it was a time that I could commit to. Like, really, for the most part, I could be here at 5 o'clock. 7 o'clock would be a better time for most people, but could I do that every week? I don't know. So I always want you to, if you do listen, I appreciate you because you don't have to. And let me know, did you listen live or did you listen on the replay? And I just appreciate it. But I come on live with some Radiant Rap. Radiant has a meaning because we were all meant to shine. And so that means a lot to me. And then the Radiant is an acronym for what I feel that we need and what my studies, what my teachings have taught me that we need to be healthy and whole, which are rest, activity awareness, diet, introspection, which is prayer, meditation, agua, hydration, note taking, journaling, writing, and training. That's the Radiant. So this week, I'm always inspired. I feel really blessed because sometimes I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. And then life happens and it's like, oh yeah, that's what you're going to talk about. And sometimes I feel like I'm going to come across as sounding preachy or a know-it-all. And it's like, okay, haters gonna hate because that is not it at all. Like, I try my best I don't want to sound preachy, but it may come across as, me being preachy or me being a know-it-all. And it's just the opposite. I am like everyone else, a work in progress, right? We were all meant to shine. I have made and continue to make a ton of mistakes, but I'm 58. So fortunately, because you could be 58 and still haven't learned jack, but it's a miserable life when you don't learn the lessons, right? So I've learned some, and what I have learned, I like to share. And trust me, I am a student, always and forever until the day I die. I will be a student. Right on, right on. Today, we are talking about keeping the biggest haters away, keeping them at bay. So maybe you can relate because maybe there are, the people that make you go there, make you lose it. They trigger you, Hey, Gail, how you doing, my friend? Well, I'm going to challenge. I'm going to challenge all of that because I have, triggers and as well. But what I would like us to wrestle with a little bit is whether the biggest haters are coming from outside of us, or are they within? What about what's happening within us? Now, because there are haters. Now, I'm not saying, but what I'm asking us is, what are the biggest haters? What will trip you up most? And I'm not saying, so I was accused, I think, in a way, for some post in a group that I'm in, of being a part of the positivity movement, and the world it's unreal. We have feelings, and we have anger, and there is pain, and there is, and I understand that this is a fallen world. I get it. We're not living, and maybe there are people in a positivity movement that is a bad thing. Like I just became aware even of that term this week, that there was a positivity movement, and it was horrible. But so I'm going to have to learn more about this movement. I don't know if these people are just on some cloud somewhere of love and peace, and but hey, I'm about that life, as much as we can elevate ourselves to that place. I mean, ultimately, that is where we would want to be and become more of, or represent more of that love inside of us. But anywho, I'm challenging us to consider that the biggest haters, what can trip us up the most and what we get triggered by the most in other people, are things that we may be wrestling with within ourselves. Our biggest haters that I feel we need to keep at bay are the internal ones. Our self-talk, like doubt and shame and fear and unforgiveness and unworthiness. Those haters, my friends, will cause things that are happening outside. And like I said, I know we need to, the struggle is real. So there are some haters out there, but I believe that the biggest haters that can take you down are the ones that are coming from within. So I'm going to hit it and quit it, as one of my coaches. I've been around her so much. So I've been around her teachings. That's Coach V, Veronica. She says, hit it and quit it. So I don't know, maybe I'll tag her on this video, but she'll have, she's always supportive, but she's a professional speaker. So she can do this so well and so eloquently without all the ums and ahs and blah, blah, but that's her gift. That's not my gift. My gift is to just get it out there. So I've got 5 things that I believe that can help us to keep our biggest haters away. Mine too. I'm sharing, not because I know it all. These are things that I wrestle with too. 1, understand that. How about you? Do you wrestle? Are you wrestling with any of those at times? Of course, because it is a fallen world. So sometimes we're human. We're a part of humanity. So we are going to experience doubt. We are going to experience shame and fear, but we can learn to do better. We can. So number 1, understand that no change, regardless of the change, it could be a really good change, it's not going to feel comfortable. If you're really familiar, even with bad behavior, you're really familiar with it, it's a struggle to step away from it. And I had a conversation about that today with a good friend of mine who's leaving a job where she was for 6 years, just just not a good situation. I mean, commuting back and forth 2 hours in the car every day, and now and the environment isn't great, and she's got a couple days left, and she's scared. She got a great job. All the things that she wanted are happening. So it don't matter. Trying to give up smoking, uncomfortable, trying to get away from some abusive situation. You could be in that, can be uncomfortable because it's what what you're familiar with, So anyone, and I hang around, and I encourage you to do it too, some really successful people. I don't know any of them that will tell you that change is comfortable. And so you do it anyway. You just step through what's uncomfortable. No change will feel comfortable. Number 2, be open. Be open to the possibility that if the hater situation, the agitation, they just get on my nerve. If that just there's always, the people are always, and you're using those kind of statements, that it might be, if it's following you, it's around whenever you're around, maybe it's about the work that you need to do. Maybe it's about the work. So continue to do the work. Be open to the possibility. I know one of my friends, I love her so much for this. Her name is Judy. She lives in Cincinnati. And I tell this story all the time, but I was so mad when the kids were little, and I always had laundry because I had 3 of them before the oldest was 4. So it's laundry, and I hated it. I didn't want to do it, and dishes, and I would get mad about doing laundry. And she just was like, well, it's just something that we have to do. This is her personality. Like, she looks at life like that with everything. And so, just do it. And it was about me changing my mindset. Another girl, I don't even remember her name, when I was living in California, how did you she had 5 kids, 5, right? And I just haven't met her yet. I just met or am acquainted with someone, actually a business partner. Her name's Angela. She has 5 kids, and she's a single mom and working full time, right? And she's walking around like, hey, just get it done. And the girl in California, when I was like, how do you get out the house before 12 noon? It's like, with each kid, I just had to get up a little bit earlier. That's all, So like, right? To start to change just my perspective. So be open to the possibility. If you're miserable, if you're feeling like, having all of these negative emotions, it may be coming from within. And that leads to my third. Number 3 is to surround yourself with supportive, uplifting people. Like, I don't know about the people complaining about this positivity movement. I don't know. Maybe they're really weird people. I didn't know anything about this movement, right? But I find being around supportive people. In fact, my teacher, I'm in some yoga teacher training. So yeah, I've been teaching for 20 years. I have a 200-hour certification, but I wanted to go back for a 500-hour. So Jennifer at Pose by Pose is my teacher, and she saw that I was speaking on this topic today. She had no idea what I was going to share, but she said support is key. And it is. Support is key, whether the haters are coming from outside or from within inside. To have positive people around you is key. For me, one place that I find them, I really have an affinity to older people. Like, I just really like older people. And I've always done that. So one of the ladies at our church, her name is Mother Brown. Oh my gosh, Mother Brown is a trip. Okay, so we talk on the phone a lot. And Mother Brown, when you when you talk to her on the phone, when she answers the phone, this is how, or if she leaves you a voicemail, it'll be something like, "It's so sweet to trust in Jesus." She'll just like break out in a song. It's just the most incredible thing. So sometimes, and when it happened last night, I called her because I owed her a couple callbacks. She's like, "Where are you?" It's like, I've been working, but that's what she does. That's her ministry, is calling people and checking on them and making sure they're all right and stuff. And we just stayed on the phone and sang a couple hymns, and I know I felt better. I raised my hands up in the air at least one or two times. I mean, we sang like maybe 2 or 3 songs. And I grew up in this little corner Baptist church, and we knew hymns. Like, we sang hymns. So I am probably one of the last generations that know a whole ton of hymns, but not as many as Mother Brown, because she can pull them out like this, and she knows every single one, Anyways, okay, let me bring it back in. So that's number 3. Surround yourself with positive people. Number 4, obvious. This is an obvious one. Just become more aware of your self-talk, to begin changing it a little at a time. And that's something that it was really hard for me to do. I would fuss at myself all the time. We had, there was a lot of chaos in my home growing up. And so that was a thing that we did. But I was constantly fussing at myself, at my kids, just all the time. Things, just something else you needed to do to, because a perfectionist. Being a perfectionist and not giving myself grace. So if you don't give yourself grace, you darn sure are not going to give nobody else any, right? So start to become more aware of your own self-talk. And if it is, oh my gosh, you idiot, you didn't get that right. If you're talking to yourself like that, learn how to treat and talk to yourself like you would talk to, lovingly to a little child. And I do that even when I need to straighten myself out. Sometimes it's like, okay, babe, this is what I'm saying in my head, or around the house. I might even say it out loud, but okay, baby, just, bring it in, slow down now. You need to slow down, Shannon. It's okay, but slow, but just much nicer self-talk. You can do it. And my friend that I was telling you about earlier, that's starting her new job, she was putting all these things in her head, even to the point where, like, one of the things she's doing for her new job, she's a therapist, and she's like, well, I don't know how to do this. Like, what are you talking about? You don't know how to do? You've been doing it for 30 years. And even before that, she was doing it in high school. This has been my friend forever and ever, since 6th grade. You've been doing it all your life. Even when we were in high school, you were helping people. And now, but I haven't done it online. I haven't done it using the tools that I'm using now. Yes, you have. We live all these miles apart. You live those many miles apart from your siblings, from me, from your parents. So you've been doing that for 30 years too. But just that self-doubt creeping in. And then she says, I'm so glad how we have each other's back like that. Because she does the same thing for me. Like, when I get into my head. And so that's my final point. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'll go back to, that's why you want to surround yourself with positive people, because not just so that they can lift you up, but so that they can tell you the freaking truth too. Because like today I said to her, cut it out. Now you sounding crazy. So sometimes you have to give people permission to call you out on your stuff. Right. And then number 5, the last one, is get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because if you are comfortable, you're probably not growing. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say probably. I don't think you are. If you're that comfortable, not growing. So get comfortable being uncomfortable. That was 5 of them. Number 1, and this is to keep haters at bay, not the ones outside, even the ones outside, because they're hating on you, but it's how you're internalizing it, how you're putting that inside, you know, that doubt and that shame and that fear and that unforgiveness and that unworthiness. They can't get to you, right? If they can't trigger you, not in the same way that you lose your cool, that, you know, you just you are raging. And number 1, no change will feel comfortable. Understand that. Just accept that. And number 2, be open to the possibility that there's some work that you need to do. Not if you're always in the environments and it always happens regardless of where you go. You leave one job because those people over there, you couldn't stand them. And you go to the new job and for a couple months, you good. But by month 2, 3, you like, oh, I can't stand these people, you know? So maybe, okay, number 3, surround yourself with supportive, uplifting people that you give permission, though, to tell you the truth. Number 4, become more aware of your own self-talk and be kind. Be kind to yourself. Number 5, get more comfortable with being uncomfortable. Okay. And then as I close, I got a question for you. I want you to put it in the chat, whether you're watching it live, whether you're watching it on the replay, and you can let me know. I watch it on replay. You know, hey, I was checking you out live. It's 5 o'clock. So I was in and out or whatever. I caught some of it. 2 questions. Which one, you can answer one or both. Which one of the 5 resonates with you? Which one of those 5 resonate with you? And then number 2, do you agree or disagree? Do you agree that you need to be more focused on the haters inside that internal war, or them outside haters? Because you got to watch your back now. It's definitely, I'm not telling you there's no outside haters. But this conversation was about, I believe that what will really take you down and out for the count, the knockout blow, is what's going on, that internal dialogue. Clean it up. Talking to me, I'm talking to you. You guys were so quiet today. You didn't really talk back. But even though I'm not live, you can, even, after I go, if you hear this on the replay, hit me up and let me know what you think. I would love to hear your feedback. All right. Love you. Nothing you can do about it. You are a masterpiece. Work in progress. Yes, I am. You are. We are. But you're a masterpiece at the same time. Peace.